Okay, so we're here at the Sainte Marie Almine Show in the Prestige exhibit. It has not opened yet. All the cases are done and put together. It's not open to the public. We've got a crowd gathering outside, and I'm going to walk you through real quickly to show you some of the exhibits that they have here. The theme is lead, and so this case right here is called Lead in Europe, and these are all lead and lead minerals that have come out of Europe. Excuse me for moving a little bit quickly, but you can pause the video when you need to get an overall look. I've gone through and I've taken photos of every case. This case, by the way, is lead in France. And so I've gone through and I've taken high-res photos of every case and every specimen in the cases. And those photos, you will get to see them in What's Hot in Sainte Marie, as well as the mineralogical record. MinRec will get all of those photos and they will publish it in their show review for 2019 Sainte Marie. These are more lead samples in France from the Alps and the Pyrenees. And the quality of the exhibits put on every year by Sainte Marie is absolutely astounding. And so that's why I go through all the extra time to document everything. This is more lead samples from France, all from the Massif, the Maurican Massif. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Possibly not. Down here we've got from the Central Massif, more lead minerals from France. The exhibit just keeps going on and on and on. We may not have time to cover the entire thing here. This is more from the central part of the Central Massif, the southern part rather of Central Massif. And the eastern part of the Central Massif. They started putting this exhibit together on Saturday, and they have been working through the weekend. Today is Wednesday. We are about to open, but I think it's actually open to the public tomorrow and Thursday. This is lead in Asia and Australia. Of course, we've got our good friends Crocoite in here. And for those followers of Blue Cat Production, you may remember the Crocoite films that we did down at the Adelaide mine in Tasmania. And as if on cue, there's a Crocoite from the Adelaide mine. This is lead in Africa. If you've never been to Sainte Marie, it's such a joy to come here and see these wonderful exhibits, kind of arranged and curated by Alain Martad, who most people know. He's a big dealer in France. We see him in Munich. We see him up at the Westward Look show. This is Lead in the Americas. And Cristiano Ferraris, who is the curator of the National Museum in Paris. He helps out, he volunteers his time to basically make this all happen, and that's not to discount all of the other volunteers and the other museums in Europe that come and loan things to this exhibit. It's really wonderful. Okay, over here we've got just overall lead minerals. And again, feel free to pause this video if you want to look at, if you want to relook at any of the minerals. Also, high-res versions will be coming from the mineralogical record and from What's Hot in Sainte Marie. This is lead and alchemy, so it's kind of cool. You see all the specimens with their related usage and descriptions. lead in Morocco. And in all of these cases, there's a placard back there with descriptions in French and English. Those have been photographed, and the information should be available somewhere. For those who don't know, for years now, Blue Cat Production has been coming here and documenting the cases like this, where we photograph every case and all the pieces in each case. And we have an agreement now with the Mineralogical Record that they will be the curators of all of those photographs. They'll take care of it. Oh, doors are opening. These are, I believe, from individual collectors here.
Alors, faut juste préciser quand même que ici c'est fermé parce que c'est une exposition prestige. Capitaine, ici juste préciser que c'est l'expo prestige, tout est fermé, inaccessible à quiconque jusque demain. Donc les portes sont verrouillées pour des raisons de sécurité. Voilà.
Okay.
Il y a un agent à 24.
This is called The Nut of Lead. This is actually from the collection of Alain Martad. And again, for those of you who watch the What's Hot programs, Alain is one of our co-hosts of What's Hot in Sainte Marie, and he's also often featured on What's Hot in Tucson up at the Westward Look. This is from the Nature Museum of Luxembourg. So we have museums from all over Europe always contributing specimens to these outstanding exhibits. And these tend not to be like the American exhibits that we see at the shows. European collecting is much different. It tends to be a little bit more historic. This is from the Museum des Ligues in Villequier. I don't know what the hell that is. Belgium. Well, it is Belgium, so this is from the Natural History Museum in Belgium. You know, obviously, French is not my first language, so I scratch my head and do my best on many of these things, and often get a good chuckle from the native French people. Okay, this is another individual collection from Michel Paradun. I'm obviously butchering that name, but it's the best that I can do. And we've got a display here from the collection of Eric Asselborn. Many Americans know this famous French collector. All right, then we've got a couple more pedestal cases here. And this is a collection on arsenic, I guess. Arsenic and Beautiful Lace, this exhibit is called. That's a book by Alain Martad that he came out with a couple of years. This is more on the arsenic. And if anyone's a Cary Grant fan out there, Arsenic and Old Lace, what a great film that was. And these are, I believe, new discoveries of or locality types for the different minerals here. So again, images will be made available via mineralogical record, and we'll put some of those images in What's Hot in Ste. Marie. Here's a private collection. This is from Caroline Martad. This is Wolfenite, and for those of you who went to the TGMS show, you would have seen many of these specimens in her outstanding case at the TGMS show. It was also covered in What's Hot in Tucson, but as that has not yet been released, none of you will have seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it because I also filmed it. This is from Fred Paroman. More Wolfenites. And we've got two more cases here. This is a continuing collection of Caroline Martad. And clocking in at 11 minutes. This video is coming to a close now. Final exhibit here is from Maxime Toljanovic. It's the best I can do. Max Tom. That works for me. Max Tom in quotes. All right, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed your private view, and we will see you later.